Big TV family. Catch us live on your TV screens.
Yes, welcome back to the biggest shit show in the motherland. Every Thursday we bring you hashtag Talk Thursday. And if there's an issue that you want us to tap on and realize for an hour on a Thursday, let us know. Go Ekse at capetowntv.org. And today we're talking substance abuse, particularly youth yalapa in South Africa. It is known that South Africa is the #1 drinking nation out of all the countries in this continent. Can you believe it?
Imagine all of that. This discussion is definitely needed, guys. And if you are listening to it, hopefully you will lessen that percentage.
Yeah, abantu abaninzi blame peer pressure. Let's hear what they say about peer pressure. But why it is a strong factor in starting to use and misuse substance, lack of a family involvement, difficult family situations, or a lack of a bond with your parents or siblings may cause and increase the risk of addiction, as can a lack of parental supervision. So money talks.
And I mean, we were hearing from Miss Stephanie right now telling us that she wanted to try alcohol because of the vibe she was getting from her friends.
Yeah.
So really peer pressure is a thing.
Sure. Lisa, why do you think ulutsha lalapha in South Africa drinks a lot?
As you say, as Stephanie said, it's because of peer pressure. According to in my society, there are a lot of children who drink alcohol, and it's because they want to hear they want to receive the experience. You see, there are a lot of videos in the TV, social media platforms. So they want to do those videos. They want to copy those videos. You see, yes.
Octavia, when you first drank alcohol, was it because of friends? Was it emcimbini endlini? What caused you to raise that glass and say, cheers to the weekend? What happened?
Lama, you're putting me on the spot here, but actually the first time I actually tasted alcohol, it was a family function and it was on the 31st. So I was in a safe environment and my brother was still like, you know, the cool kid and his squad was there. So I was like, guys, can I just, you know, nyani, punch nyani.
How old were you?
I was 13. I was 13, guys, but it was literally, it wasn't like a full-blown drink. It was like half a glass. And my brother he's like, dude, it was just a taste. And I know if my mother finds out, Mom, we are sorry. But like, if Mom finds out, like, can we please, like, don't do this? And then afterwards, we briefly spoke about it, and because he made a transition in his life to be a pastor. So we spoke about the experience, and he's like, if you're going down this road, just know, don't go it now. You know, and I'll tell you like the effects. You know, I was the problem child, so I will tell you the effects, so and so forth. So it was.
He is now a pastor.
Yes,
but you are not. So we do not want to guess what you get up to.
So Octavia, you're still drinking now?
Yes, I do still drink, but for me, there are times where I socially drink. So for me, for instance, where if it's a tough day, I will go home and have a glass of wine. But it's not like I'll go home and finish the whole bottle.
Would you say you're addicted?
I'm not addicted. I don't think I'm addicted at all. Yeah.
We must remember Octavia is a young adult, so her decisions azenzayo. She's age limit yoba akwazusela. But let's take a look at these little kids enjoying themselves. Let's take a look.
Leletu, I want to come to you, the other Leletu, right? So looking at that, you know, those youngsters drinking alcohol, and you can see some of the effects. Abanye baleli phansi and there's saliva coming out. Is that a motivation to say, you know what, hi guys, I'm motivated and drink? Or is it like, man, what has happened to South Africa? What has happened to the youth of South Africa?
No, that's not a motivation. Instead, it's a teaching thing. that video teaches us that we must not drink alcohol or use any other substance abuse, because these are the consequences that we saw in that video.
Yeah, I love what you're saying. Molekazi, why say no to alcohol? Why would you say no?
I would say no to alcohol because alcohol causes disease, and the disease that are being caused by alcohol, firstly, is chronic disease. It's a liver disease and it's a heart disease. Meaning, when you drink alcohol, I don't know how can I say it, but alcohol is not a good thing at all because it can also cause a mental disease. So it's going to damage your brain. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
what I can say.
So you don't drink alcohol when I'm Okay. Let's come to you, my brother. You know, what's your take when it comes to the youth and drinking of alcohol? Because I know sometimes you drink alcohol and you think it's nice, but I've seen people jumpy as kamel, and then the next day it's like you don't remember what happened, but this other people saw it. So what's your take on
I'd
that?
rather not remember who's Camela.
Oh yeah, mostly it's peer pressure.
Yeah.
Because I was also part of it. Like, is it all over here? I started drinking when I was 13.
13. Yeah,
But
13.
then I decided to stop around 19. So mostly it's peer pressure. And also for me, when I wanted to stop, it was very hard. It's not that I was addicted, but it's just that I wanted to fit in.
Right.
Now that I'm not going to drink, my friends are going to say,
They're leaving you.
yeah, I won't have anyone to...
What made you stop, Khanyisa? There are people that are watching right now, and maybe reason yako could motivate them to stop. What was your decision? Why?
I'm that kind of person who looks into the future, and I am observant, so I analyze a lot. I looked at the people who drink alcohol. I saw where they ended up. You see Bra Steve, you see them in the taverns. They don't really have a good future. But the adults who have good houses, they're driving cars, I noticed that they weren't drinking. They're successful people.
I think we also need to go into the black community as abantu bamnyama. When we're growing up, and even looking at our parents, abantu bamnyama, we don't speak up about our feelings.
True.
Period. And we see that if we go back to the apartheid system, there was the whole job system where when you're working the farms, our parents got paid with wine, right? And that was a culture. We grew up under that culture. So when our parents came from home, they were drinking wine. And all we ever saw was a drunk mother or drunk father. Put that aside. Masia Lokshin, Masbonu Prastiv or Brachon, whatever. They're having a nice time, but it's not having a nice time, but they are distressing because of where they're coming from at work. Where they're coming from at work. So for us as a black community is that our past does represent the alcohol culture that we have in South Africa because we don't want to speak. And our only option is either we go to drugs or we go to alcohol. And another thing is that therapist is not a big thing when it comes to a black person. Like, why? You have a roof over your head. Why are you going to see a therapist? Depression, like, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's those type of topics that we don't address. That's why the youth, I'm saying, like, personal experience, not personal experience, but my observation. Like, when I see people amongst me, it's because they don't talk at home. And the only time they are free is when they're going out partying or when they quickly, can you please just buy alcohol for me? Like, that's when they can really, like, distress themselves.
It's funny that you brought apartheid into light because on social media as well we're getting feedback. City Umdu, this one is more fire. We blame apartheid for usela kotywala wabantu bamnyama as well as the ANC because they see the future and they're not doing nothing about it. And then Uslay back ninja, actually drinking is an individual problem. If these people drink, that is their own choice to deal with, no one else's, so you cannot blame apartheid. Urafiel Atinaye, no one's to blame for such abuse than the people who abuse themselves. This one is weird. We are not allowed to have a bit of a drink now, Yabuza. I'm pretty sure staying hydrated is important and water isn't that accessible in South Africa.
Wow. You guys, keep those comments coming. We really, really want to hear from you. We'll see you after the break. Keep the conversation going.
CTV family.